My name is Heiki Naagel. I work in Helmes as a team leader. Today I'm going to take 15 minutes and share you how we did a scientific experiment on hybrid work. What worked for us, what didn't, and perhaps some things that you can choose. And it's not just my personal experience. As it was scientific, then we have some hard numbers to actually prove it. First, who am I? I'm a father, I'm a husband, and this is my older son and me planting trees in our Helmes tree planting event. So family is very important to me and also nature. I believe in coaching. I think this is one superpower which helps professionals achieve even better results and take their lives as wholes, not just work. And I'm a big believer in agile and lean methodologies, so making feedback loops quicker, learning quicker, and also reducing waste, not doing unnecessary things. My team is quite happy, so these are the last few years' results, so very high well-being and engagement indexes. And I also believe that happy team makes possible to get happy customers. So customers also feel that they're extremely happy with the service which we provide. Helmes. Helmes is a digital innovation company and software development company. We are in 8 countries, more than 1,400 employees. And our promise to each and every one of them is that we are the best partner for growth. So let's take a few steps back, 3 years back. I joined Helmes 3 years ago and 2 weeks ago. I just looked it up from LinkedIn, actually. So I joined an existing team consisting out of 8 professionals doing software development. And we had 2 ongoing large projects, and both were highly critical, business critical for our customers. So I learned the names and the faces, almost, and some of the processes. And as 3 weeks had passed by, then COVID hit and we all had to go home and work remotely. Tell you the truth, it was actually a real shock. If I think back to these moments or these days, then I still get goosebumps on my skin. Because I already really cared about my people and also our customer. And come on, I was 1 month there. I wanted to make results. So, and this is a good place also to clear out one misconception people often have about software development and IT people, is that they are full introverts. You remember the presentation, yeah? And that sometimes might even be the truth. But what is wrong is that people often think that they don't need this security and communication and feeling and belonging. They do, but sometimes just in a bit different way. And you have to think how you deliver that feeling to them. So, when Helmes offered me and my team chance to be part of a scientific experiment to tackle that challenge, then I was all in. Because at that moment there was no science, no manual, no YouTube video, or no training to give you that idea what to do actually. The experiment consisted out of 100 people, so 8 teams, and it lasted for 6 months. We did it together with our research partner, Milton New Nordics. And the main idea was 2 weeks feedback and learning cycles. So in every 2 weeks, we had a short survey, also check-ins and interviews. And based on that feedback, we made adjustments to our way of working to make things better. If I think back to this 6 months of intensive learning, and actually the 2.5 years of learning followed to that, then the hardest part has been to understand how people are really doing. Because if we go to a coffee break, and I ask you, and you, how are you doing? Then I can guarantee that most of you will say, thanks, I'm doing great. Although your kid is homesick, you're thinking about the piling up emails which you haven't had the time to answer today, or maybe your car made a funny sound this morning. So as a leader, as a manager, you have to open that protective shell of your people and really understand how are they doing. Because then you can really help and support them. Otherwise, you're doing a game. The second thing is balancing focus time and communication time. When we all went home, then at first you would think that, oh, all the focus time in the world. But no, you have Teams, Slack, whatever the messaging app it is, it always flashes and gives you notifications about questions and emails and meetings, etc. So it killed the focus time actually for us. And after some adjusting, we came to an agreement how to do things, when to turn off the notifications, and how to reach people in case of an emergency. And what is important, we also involved our customer in this discussion and agreement, because they're deeply involved. And overwork and underwork. I think I have once had to deal with a person underworking or underperforming. Most of the time I have to keep my focus on the fact that my people won't overwork. Because if they're working from home, you can start early and check your emails with your coffee and then finish late. But this is wrong. You can't do that. You have to keep your people rested and deal with their hobbies and their family and themselves. Our team climate right now, or what have we achieved, or where are we now? Thanks to people being open up and having high psychological security, they share within the team. And we have heated discussions on different things. We don't think or approve same things, and sometimes a whole meeting goes to discuss something. But we respect each other. And for me, as a leader, I make sure that everybody's voices are heard during the meeting, sometimes after the meeting. Like, make sure that everybody gets to voice their opinion. 6 months of scientific experiment and 2.5 years of learning and adjustments after that. Where are we now? Our team has 1 week working cycle. So each Tuesday is our team day. We have a team meeting, which constitutes of small retro. So we look back on how the last week was. And we plan for the next week. We give feedback, we just discuss ideas. And also, we eat lunch together, we communicate, we try to have fun. It's a time for this buzz in the office, which people really enjoy. Then, Thursday morning is a short 15-minute stand-up, which happens usually via video. People share what's the progress, do they have any issues, and any other topics. It's followed by this 2-hour reserved time in the calendar, where people know that it's the time for discussions, ad hoc meetings. So we try not to book customer meetings there or anything else. It's time for us, which gives us, I feel, sometimes unique factor that we have 3.5 days of potential focus time in the week. How many of you have that? Yep. So how to create a successful team? In my opinion, first you should agree on common values. It gives your people the understanding what is okay in the team and what is not. This creates security, and then there is question how to measure success. How do we know that we are successful? Our way is that we set some simple KPIs. For my team, and most of Helmes, it's team well-being, so how happy we are with our way of working and team climate. Then it's customer NPS, how happy is customer with our service. And then it's financial results. Nothing more and nothing less. Everything else resides on these 3 things. And to facilitate learning and adapting, we use time boxing. What I mean by that is that if you provide some change idea to your team, what do you often get? No, I don't want, it sounds dangerous and bad. But if you say that for the next month, let's try this new approach. And after the month, we come together, we have a retro, we give feedback, we see what worked and what didn't. And if it works for us, we continue. If it doesn't, we drop it or change it. And then people actually are happy to try new things, because it sometimes can be like a sport that, okay, I don't believe in it, but maybe it works. Now, one-on-one communication and one-on-ones with your team members. As previous presenters said, you must understand that work is not the most important part of your people's lives. At least it shouldn't be. They themselves, their family, their friends, their hobbies, this is what really matters. And you have to walk the talk too. So, for example, if I start a one-on-one, I quite often share how I am feeling at that moment. And I'm being honest. If I'm feeling great, then maybe I do a joke and I share that genuine emotion. But if I'm feeling down and tired, then I say it. I sometimes even skip a one-on-one. I say that, hey, I'm really tired of today, and I don't have the energy to focus for this meeting. Can we do it tomorrow morning? And I feel that people appreciate that, and that feeds the psychological security of the team. Yeah, don't overdo it. This is you. So make sure your cup is full. Like all the things I talked before. Make sure that you yourself have time for your hobbies, for your family. Do the things that you enjoy. And when I say don't overdo it, if you deeply care about your team, then it's quite easy to try to solve each and every one of their problems, including the personal ones, or try to be their friend. But you don't have to do that. You even shouldn't do that. There is some limit what the team lead should do and shouldn't do. So understand it yourself and communicate and share it with your team members too. And sharing with peers. So I share and discuss with other team leads in Helmes, also people outside of Helmes, and even this day here today, it's what is working and what isn't. To pull it all together, a wise man once said, don't start finishing and don't finish starting. I heard this sentence 4 days ago actually, just before the deadline for the slides, and I was like, yeah, that's the wording I need here. So the 3 things. First, there is no ready-made solutions. If somebody comes to you and says, I know a perfect solution for your team, or the perfect process, then most probably they're not telling the truth. Each team is unique, and each customer the team is working with is unique. So you have to do it yourself and learn. Secondly, the sad thing is that many lessons in life you can only learn by experiencing them. You can't watch YouTube video, you can't read an article, you even can't come to a conference and hear about it. But you have to do it and feel it together with your team, because then you will truly understand that. So do that and be courageous about it. And lastly, there is no finish line. So don't aim for the perfect situation or the perfect solution, but aim for the perfect learning and adapting process. Because the world changes and then you can change with it. Thank you and happy experimenting.